Hello,
Hey.
we're back. As always,
Yeah.
it is July 1st, 2022. How about that, guys?
Guess what's tomorrow?
We're officially through halfway. Oh, hello. We're officially. I said this yesterday. We're halfway through the year. How about that, guys?
Yeah. No, it's great. And you know what's tomorrow? Is Grant's fucking birthday.
It's my birthday.
Navi is presenting himself to me right now.
It's the birthday! But yeah, that is,
Staring into his ass.
yeah, he's staring. He's ass staring.
He's
but
ass
it's fine.
staring.
We are here to talk about a new topic, as we typically are. How about that?
No, it's true. Yeah, it's going to be more of a relaxed sort of thing because you know what? That's just what it's going to be.
That's what it's going to be.
Right? We found a list of fucking 10 terrible serial killers from the state of Indiana. And,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, thanks, Georgie, for sending that to us.
He was the one. He's actually he suggested a family.
Yeah,
somebody else.
The Whitakers. And then we were just like, all right, yeah, we'll do that. Then we didn't look into it at all throughout the entire week. And then I was gaming with Georgie one night, and I was like, yeah, we're going to do the Whitakers. I haven't looked into it. Did they, do anything? Or, did they do, a crazy crime? And he's like, no, they're, inbred.
No, dude,
I was
they're
like,
just
well,
fucked up.
maybe we should do something else. So he immediately sent me this list. So thank you, Georgie.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Georgie, as always. You do. He comes in clutch.
He comes
really
in
does.
clutch. He did the fucking, what was it, Ruby Ridge? I think that was one of his suggestions. There was something else. Now this, he's a huge part of the show.
Yeah, he does. He throws out shit all the time. We did not do the. I'm not gonna lie to you, Georgie. You might be hearing this from me for the first time. We didn't do the Whitaker family. We didn't even bother to really look into it.
Just said that.
Oh well, yeah, I know, but
You were reading a document over there. What were you reading?
I was looking at a bill.
Oh, classic. All right, yeah.
No, but I was prefacing that by stating he got us really hyped for it by just saying it'd be really cool, and immediately we go back to the previous things he suggested, and we're like, okay, he's always coming up big for us,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he did not sell it at all. And then when Jake brought that to the table, he was like, when Jake isn't sold, it's like I'm a lot easier to sell,
Yeah, well, it's easy to not be sold when I know nothing about it, but if I just hear that, yeah, they just are inbred people, I'm just like, well, those are everywhere. We live in Indiana, so
yeah,
maybe we'll just talk about the people that kill.
Chit chat about some weird people from our home state. Indiana, for everything it is, it's not the worst place in the world.
No, not at all. No.
It could be better. I mean, I'll admit it could be better, but everywhere has their issues.
I mean, yeah, it's no thriving metropolis, but
Wait, hey, don't say that.
Shut up. Shut up. It is.
It is. It's the greatest in the world.
I was kidding. All right, that was a test as a fellow Hoosier. All right.
But yeah, how about we get into it?
Yeah, you want to just switch off?
Yeah, let me see. I have it here. I like the pictures.
Open it up. Yeah, some composites there.
All right, how about you do odds, I'll do evens.
All right. Number one. Navi is fucking yelling about a killer out there.
$10 says it's the mailman.
It's probably the mail woman. Oh, God.
$10. You want to pause it for me? I'm going to go see what his problem is.
Yeah, let's see.
You're not going to believe this, guys. He was barking at rain.
Yeah.
It started raining, and he started barking at it.
This guy was crying for his transgressions.
Anyhow, let's go back to it.
Anyway, yeah. All right, so, what was his name? Herb Baumeister.
Herb
Baumeister. Look at this guy. He looks like fucking Michael Cera if he was, on meth.
He looks like a cheesy 90s actor.
You may have been. All right, so in June of 1996, that was 3 months before I was born, the skeletal remains of a number of young men from Indiana's gay community were found on the grounds of the 18-acre estate of Herb Baumeister, shared with his wife and children in an affluent Indianapolis suburb of Westfield. You ever been to Westfield?
I have not, no.
Me either. I have no idea. Shortly after this grisly discovery, Baumeister, 49 at the time, he committed suicide in Canada.
Ooh, that's not fun.
These very short little descriptions of this article. All right, Baumeister was accused of murdering at least 11 young men whom he'd met while visiting gay clubs in Indianapolis. Because he killed himself, he was never formally charged. Doesn't that suck?
That's just unfortunate.
Come on,
you
dude.
hate to say
during
that's just
Pride Month,
unfortunate.
you're gonna make me say this. Sorry, a man who met Baumeister. I have no idea how to properly pronounce this guy's name. Is it Baumeister or Meester?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I was like, Baumeister?
Baumeister, like Bannister, but it's Baum. So yeah, a man who met Baumeister at a bar said that he and Baumeister engaged in erotic asphyxiation while at Baumeister's $1 million house.
Damn.
So, yeah, this led police to believe that Baumeister may have intentionally or accidentally choked his victims to death. More likely on purpose, I'd say.
Yeah, more than likely, I could imagine.
You know, after Baumeister's death, his wife denied knowing her husband frequented gay clubs or harmed any of his alleged victims. But police later learned that one of the couple's children discovered a skeleton on the grounds of the property years before.
Years.
And it was just a little cover-up there, it sounds like. When Mrs. Baumeister questioned her husband about the disturbing find, he told her that it was an anatomical skeleton that belonged to his deceased father, a doctor, and she accepted that.
Oh, okay.
That's just my father out there.
It's just my
In
dad.
the unmarked grave.
Just my dad. Don't worry about it. Just Pops.
So yeah, that's Mr. Baumeister, Mr. Michael Cera.
Cool.
Oh, okay, was that a sneeze?
That was. Woo.
That was a doozy.
Woo.
Yeah, this fucking millionaire was killing gay folks. Navi, you're knocking over boxes now?
He's like, let me sit, damn it. I don't know what he's doing. That's wild. Yeah, that guy does look kind of fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Herb Baumeister. Baumeister.
Herb.
You think it's Herb or Herb? What kind of guy are you? Do you say Herb or Herb?
For a name, I'm a Herb. But like, if you're like cooking with herbs, you're not gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a beautiful herb I'm gonna
Yeah,
add.
that's one of the only issues I have with Chef Matty Matheson, because I love everything he does and everything he is doing and will ever do, probably. But he says herbs. He's like, we got some fresh herbs. It's like,
No, it's herbs.
I don't know about that, Matty.
It's herbs, and then if it's a name, for me, it's Herb. Herbert.
Herbert.
You know, that's where I get
Herbert
it from.
Baumeister. Yeah, he killed a bunch of gay folks and put them in his backyard.
Well, what a way to
In Indiana.
what a
home-
way to start not Pride Month.
No,
huh?
it's
That's
true,
just the
yeah.
lead off.
And then we're going into celebrating the country in light of recent things. It's all fucked up, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it just stupid? This is kind of fun, dude. It's like a home state a tribute from our show.
In so many words.
A
Yeah.
tribute to what we cover, in our home state.
Yeah, now keep in mind, like, we're going to go through these 10. We could probably do episodes on more than one of these, but I like this rapid fire, like, you get, like, little bits, you know?
And we just want you to know that they come from where we come from.
Yeah, they do.
If that does anything for you.
All right, so I got quite a doozy of a name, but this one's fun. Belle Gunness. That's her American
Gunness.
name. But her birth name was Brynhild Paulsdatter Storseth.
No wonder she changed it to Gunneth.
So she was born in Norway and moved out to the U.S. in 1881 when she was 22 years old. She started working as a servant. All right, she was a servant girl, normal
Oh, God,
people.
the servant girl annihilator.
Gunness married her first husband right when she came to America, and he died under oddly suspicious circumstances. However, he left behind a very sizable life insurance policy for her.
Isn't that just sweet of him?
Yeah, so after this, you know what she did? She didn't, buckle down. She started committing a bunch of arson crimes and, was collecting insurance. And then with all the money she'd made, she bought a farm in LaPorte, Indiana.
Oh shit, that's like real close to us.
Yeah. So after she came and got settled in Indiana, she married again, but her new husband did not last more than 2 years. 2 years.
2 years before what happened?
He died, as well as his daughter and his brother.
He died.
So following the death of the second husband, there were ads in the newspaper, like she was a wealthy widow, like what are they going to do? She's this rich old broad with the sadness in her heart.
It was like the old time version of like Tinder.
Yeah.
It's just the newspapers. Like, I'm looking for a suitor.
Yeah.
Please.
So a bunch of dudes started trying to get with her, The ones that did, they all died. And
isn't that just weird?
up until April 28th of 1908, that was when a fire burned down her house. And that's when they discovered the bodies of 3 children and a decapitated woman. All right?
Oh, my God.
So then the cops get involved. They search. They found the remains of several men, which they assume were like the suitors,
Yeah.
They were never able to determine if the woman's body found in the house was Gunnis or not. But this led many people to believe that she had murdered her children and faked her own death to start a new life somewhere else.
That sounds about right. I mean, like, the arsonist's house burned down?
Yep.
It's like, what? You think she started a fire and cut her own head off? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But yeah,
Come
that's how about that?
That's a little short little snippet of Belle Gunnis. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So she figured out a system.
She really did.
The system, the capital T, capital S.
She absolutely did. She was it's that one's like a double whammy because I mean, if you go more in depth on Belle Gunnis, there's more to her than just murder. She's also like a con woman.
Yeah. She would fall into the category of a Black Widow, yes?
Oh, absolutely, without a
Yes.
doubt. But it's interesting because there's more involved in that story, and we keep it short just for the sake of this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was a real like player, like, oh, I love you. Then like, bam, give me your money. You're dead. Give me all that money, and then she'd move on and just keep going, keep going, keep going.
Sign these papers and eat this mysterious cake.
Yeah, and for those of you that are wondering, it wasn't like brutal murders. Some of them, if I can remember correctly, were like killed with an axe. But the majority of these were, like poison, things of that nature.
decapitated woman, she was just slowly poisoned. That just happened afterward.
Yeah, that was post-mortem decapitation.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that's Belle Gunnis of LaPorte, Indiana.
Getting a little closer.
Yeah,
Nice.
we are. Wait till my next round. We're going to hit real close.
Oh, God. All right. Larry A. Eiler. I'm going to say Eiler. Larry Eiler. He killed young men and left them on the side of the road. He kind of looks like a dime store version of fucking what's his name? Ed Kemp. Ed Kemper.
Yeah, Ed Kemp.
Mr. Bumblebutt
EK?
himself. EK. All right, so from 1982 to 1984, Larry Eiler, he killed a number of boys and young men, dumping their bodies along the side of Indiana's highways.
Ooh.
Like so many bags of McDonald's trash.
Oh, so just an unfortunate amount.
Officials believe he killed at least 21 victims. That's
Good Lord.
more than I thought it would be, having not heard of this guy. But largely based on information provided by his defense attorney after Eiler's death. All right, but he was only convicted of one murder, the killing of a 15-year-old Daniel Bridges.
Daniel Bridges.
In 1986, Eiler was sentenced to death for the teenager's murder. All right, but he passed away from AIDS-related complications in 1994. So that's one good story from AIDS, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst story.
No, I mean, it's not the worst outcome for this guy. Complications. Complications from AIDS in 1994 at the age of 41. Before his death, Eiler claimed to have had multiple accomplices. All right, including a middle-aged Indiana State University professor named Robert David Little.
Ooh, okay.
That just sounds like an accomplice.
Yeah, he sounds villainous and evil.
You know, a three-named thing with Little at the end. All right. According to Eiler, while he tortured and dismembered his victims, Little would masturbate and take photos.
Okay, all right.
It's starting to become clear why I haven't heard of this guy, but his body count is so high. Because it's not like a romanticized thing. It's like he just did this. He just was very cruel and like not fun about it.
Yeah, he was just kind of gross. Just
There's
in
no
general.
there's no hook to this story. All right, based on Eiler's allegations, the professor was arrested and charged, but Little was acquitted in 1991. I know, Navi, I can't believe he was acquitted. Sadly, many of the victims Eiler claimed responsibility for killing have never been identified, leading the police to conclude they were probably runaways or hitchhikers who may have been estranged from their families when they were murdered.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, yeah, we got, Larry Eiler.
Yeah,
And
Larry
that-
Eiler, that's just kind of sad.
Yeah, and the IU professor.
Yeah, ugh. You know what, I'm sad that we even had to talk about that one.
Yeah. His mustache is stupid. It's a weak man's mustache.
It is. It's a greater man would have something much more concise.
Like, it's
honest.
still an obtuse angle,
Yeah,
but
it is.
it's acute for a mustache, and it looks stupid. He looks like an idiot.
I agree. I definitely agree.
I'm glad he died of AIDS. Navi is like going to town on your fucking cheeks right now.
He is. I'm trying to
The face cheeks.
I'm trying to stay in here. He is. He's really going for it. Though.
Let's go silent. Let's see if they can hear the tongue.
All right, you guys hear this?
Oh my God!
I
Navi.
hear it incredibly
Jesus
loud.
Christ, dude!
Navi,
Navi, get off.
come here. Get away from me. There it is.
All right, he's good. He's good.
You got to sound.
now it's
you gotta
my turn.
Sound angry.
Oh God, it's my turn. All
gotta
right, what?
sound angry.
What's next on yours?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring you. This one's relatively new and incredibly close.
Ooh,
all
man
right.
named Darren.
On October 17th of 2014, a 19-year-old sex worker named Africa Hardy, her dead body was discovered in the bathtub of a Hammond, Indiana hotel room.
Oh my God, that's where you work.
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
And she had been strangled. What had happened was a friend of hers that knew she was a prostitute, was reaching out because she hadn't heard from her since she was supposed to go meet with a client of hers. Anyway, so they, she got the cops involved. So they used her phone to track down the last person that had talked to her, and the man hired her via a website, and they arrested a man, the 43-year-old Darren Dion Van.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So when he was arrested, this is added in here, I don't think it really matters. When he was apprehended, he was already a convicted sex offender. They found him, and he had a bunch of her possessions, and he openly confessed to murdering Miss Hardy.
Pretty open and closed here, huh?
Yeah, so when they brought him in for questioning and the rest of the business, he admitted to killing plenty of other women. 6 women.
That's more than one.
And you know what his MO was? He would hire prostitutes, kill them, usually by strangling. Then he would find an abandoned house in Gary, Indiana, and dump their body in the abandoned house.
That's where we are now. Maybe we're gonna find a cool. Well, not a cool.
cool
maybe
corpse?
maybe we'll come across one of those.
But he was convicted of 7 counts of murder and is currently serving a life sentence without parole.
Probably good. This guy looks like the sad Pepe meme.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. If you just like isolate just like around the eyes and mouth and face.
Yeah, he does
You
look
know?
kind of sad. He's like, let me look right here.
Oh my God, dude!
Right here. Give him one of these.
Yeah. Sorry, I just scrolled down to my next guy, and he looks like a fucking rat.
He looks like he'd be in like Cannibal Corpse or something.
He does. He's got the headbanger's neck, but
Yeah.
he looks like a. Oh God.
Wait till you get to the picture of my next guy.
Oh God! All right, I'm gonna save that. All right, David Edward Moust, I think, was a killer with a troubled past. When David Edward Moust was just 9 years old, his mother sent him to a mental institution because she said he was violent towards his brother and small animals. honestly, up until this point, good job, Mom. You know? Like, that's probably a good thing to get him checked out a little bit. According to Maust, while he was institutionalized, he was subjected to repeated sexual abuse. All right, that's not good. And longed to be back with his family. I was like, I praised too quickly. And then he longed to be back with his family. He felt had abandoned him, right? Shortly after he turned 18, Maust joined the army and was stationed in Germany. There he took the life of his first known victim, 13-year-old James McClister. Maust said that the death was an accident, but he was sentenced to 4 years in prison for killing the teenager, and upon his release, returned to the U.S.
Okay.
So that's not what you're supposed to do as a soldier, is kill young boys in whatever country you're stationed in. Rather, it's the opposite of that. You're supposed to save their life. But, all right, so over the next few years, Maust was in and out of prison for attempted murder and assault until 1982, when he was sentenced to 35 years for killing 15-year-old Donald Jones in Illinois.
Donnie
Jones. However, Maust was paroled in 1999 after just 17 years of serving, his time, despite writing a letter asking the authorities not to let him out of jail. So he was like, this isn't a good idea, guys.
He's like, guys, come on now.
He's like, I fucking love it in here.
Use your
I
noodles.
can't hurt anyone without any immediate repercussions. You want to keep me here. But no, he was let out. In 2003, Maust was charged with the murder of 3 young men. Oh, God. Whose bodies he hid under freshly poured concrete in the basement of his apartment building in Hammond, Indiana.
No
Jesus
way.
Christ, dude, Hammond again.
Wow.
It's a stone's throw away from here. His crimes were eventually discovered, and he was given 3 life sentences. In a month after his sentencing, he committed suicide.
Good.
He left a suicide note behind, admitting to 5 killings and apologized to the families of his victims. So this guy I kind of feel bad for because he seemed to know that he was not supposed to be out of jail.
Yeah, he got it.
And they kept letting him out of jail.
He's like, guys, please.
He's like, I'm so sorry, you guys.
I'm begging you, please.
God. Well,
get ready for this next guy, Jake, because he looks like he lost a fight. I'm so happy for you to see this.
I'm sorry. I just keep looking at this picture of David Edward Maust, and
he looks hilarious.
Yeah, he's got the headbanger's neck.
He's getting posted for sure.
He looks like a jarhead, but he also has hair like that would be way too long for a jarhead.
Yeah,
and his face is like it's like a wide angle fucking face. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's go down and see what this guy looks like. Oh my God. Why is he bleeding in this photo?
Yeah, the guy that I'm doing, he
What
lost
the
the fight
fuck,
like
dude?
100%. He lost his
Jesus
fight.
Christ.
Oh,
Based on this picture, I imagine he's thinking you should see the other guy.
probably.
And he's on this list. Come on.
He's got a good mustache, though. He has the mustache.
He does. Yeah, it's not.
That's a good one.
He's got the little soul patch there, too. Yeah, go ahead.
So, following the death of his mother in 2012, William Clyde Gibson sexually assaulted and strangled Kristen Wittes. She was an older woman. The 75-year-old woman had come into his New Albany home to offer her condolences for the grieving man. So he killed her, fucked her, and then on the next day, Mr. Gibson's sister actually saw the remains and turned him in. Okay.
Probably, yeah, good.
So he got arrested. They found the remains of Kristen Wittes, but they also found the remains of 35-year-old Stephanie Kirk, and that was buried in his backyard. When he was confronted about the remains, Gibson admitted to sexually assaulting the women, then strangling her to death, and all this occurred on March 27th of 2012. How about that?
That's, yeah. Fuck.
Then this is where he blows the lid off of the fucking story. He officially confessed to the unsolved murder of Karen Hodella, a 44-year-old woman who was killed 10 years earlier in October of 2002.
Damn.
So according to Gibson, he stabbed Hodella to death, and then he dumped her corpse near the Ohio River. He was convicted of killing all 3 women, and he was given 2 death sentences and 65 plus 65 years for his crimes.
2 death sentences.
And 65 years.
So in that case, like, do they? So it's like, oh, you can refute this death sentence, but even if you do, you have another one coming your way. Or do they like euthanize you and then like use the miracle of science and medicine to bring you back and then just do it again?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. And
I
then
don't- I
65
really don't know.
years are there.
It's
and
funny
like,
because I didn't even really think about that. I was thinking like more in the term of like life sentences, but I went up and confirmed it says death sentences. So yeah, I'm really
yeah,
lost.
2 death set. Maybe it's like ego death, and then you're just capped.
Yeah, we kill you emotionally, then we kill you physically, and then your corpse remains in prison for 65 years.
To be eaten and played with by the other inmates.
Yeah, we do what we want,
It's like-
you know. Don't worry.
Jesus Christ, man. That 75-year-old woman must have put up a fucking hell of a fight, because this guy has wounds aplenty all over his face.
Yeah, honestly, when you think about it, because he was arrested the next day, unless he was fighting with the cops, she got him good.
Yeah, definitely. Or his sister did it too. I don't know. Who
But yeah,
knows?
so that's William Clyde Gibson.
Jesus Christ. All right, my guy has great hair. This next guy has amazing hair, I'd say.
Oh, he does.
Not the best hairline, but it's spectacular.
I've seen worse, though. That's nice.
Alton Coleman. He went on a Midwestern killing spree. Alton Coleman. And his girlfriend, Deborah Brown, crisscrossed the Midwest in May and July of 1984. Leaving the bodies of 8 dead victims in their wake. Okay, so that's not good. After committing their first murder in Illinois, the couple went to Gary, Indiana on June 18th of 1984 and sexually assaulted Annie Hillard,
Oh.
9 years old, and her niece, 7-year-old Tamika Turks. All right, I don't think this guy's hair is as good as I thought it was. He seems like a piece of shit. Annie was choked unconscious, but she survived the attack, while Tamika was strangled to death with her with a ligature and dumped in the bushes where her lifeless body was eventually discovered. On June 19th of 1984, authorities believe the couple abducted, raped, and murdered 25-year-old Donna Williams in Gary and disposed of her body and vehicle in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Coleman and Brown went on to kidnap, assault, and kill a number of additional victims in the Midwestern states before returning to Indiana, stealing a car in Indianapolis, and murdering the vehicle's owner, 75-year-old Eugene Scott.
Oh, Eugene Scott, you say?
Eugene Scott, he's dead. Soon after killing Scott, the couple was arrested on July 20th of 1984 in Evanston, Illinois, and Coleman was convicted of multiple murders, sentenced to death, and executed on April 26, 2002, at the age of 46. Brown was originally sentenced to death, but her sentence was commuted. All right, so she is now serving life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. A lot of Gary, Indiana,
Yeah, it doesn't really bode well
which
for,
is
like,
where we are now.
you know, and they always, like, I always argue, like, it's not like some fucking crazy war zone, like, place. But when you hear stories like this, it just makes people freak out even more.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
well, recently, like, there was that guy from Crown Point or something, the body of that kid from Crown Point that was discovered, like, 4 blocks from here.
Yeah.
Behind the, what was it, the potato place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
So that was recent.
Yeah, who knows? Places are fucking nuts, man.
Oh, good Lord. What is this next person?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know if that was a man or a woman.
Yeah, me either. It kind of looks like, oh, God, in the Goblet of Fire, who's the fucking professor
Yeah,
with
Mad Eye Moody.
Mad Eye Moody. It looks like that.
Yeah, Orville
But also
Lynn.
just like a hilljack motherfucker.
Orville Lynn Majors. All right, Orville Lynn Majors.
With a name like that, you're destined for murder.
This one's incredibly short, but it's sweet nonetheless. When patients at an elderly hospital in Clinton, Indiana started dying at an alarming rate, authorities launched an investigation, and this is where they figured out who this fucking guy was. So Orville Lynn James, he was a nurse in the ICU over there, okay?
Okay.
He was only 36 years old, but he was arrested in December of 1997. Inside of his home and car, they found large amounts of epinephrine and potassium chloride. This is the same drug that was used in the killing of all the patients, okay?
Okay, all right.
It kind of got funny. During his trial, a witness testified that Majors had stated on multiple occasions that he despised old people.
He's in the wrong profession, man. Like that's.
And obviously, this probably explains some of his motivations for the crimes.
These fucking geriatrics, octogenarian
Yeah,
fucks.
these fucking assholes. But in November of 99, Majors was convicted of murdering 6 victims, although investigators initially suspected that he may have killed more than 100 people during his time at the hospital. He was sentenced to 360 years in prison.
Good Lord. Do you think they just went through his medical history, not like his, but like at places he worked at, like just patients that had probably died under his care?
Yeah,
they were like, it's probably all of them.
He did it. Fucking
Maybe.
Orville's the... I love the fact that, like, this is something that... It's like a quirk of his personality that people know. Like, Orville hates old people.
I hate when people have been around for too long.
Like, why? How do you hate old people? Like, yeah, they might get, like, on your nerves, but, like, they're just old people. They're just, like, funny.
They've just been here, dude. They're just, like, saggy.
Yeah,
they're just saggy folks.
They're just doing
like, that's all it is.
They just have more experience than anyone else you know. The most underexperienced old person is more experienced than a highly experienced young person.
That is true.
Simply because they've just lived for so long that, like, they've seen and been around when all a bunch of weird shit happened.
But it is interesting to think about. It's like, oh, fucking old people. They have, like, all this experience with life in general, but everything is constantly changing, so they have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, like, every young person is like, these idiots. It's like, that guy fucking fought in 17 wars.
Yeah, like the time difference between Vietnam to now, like, the shit that has changed is so incredible. The fact that if you know an old person, and when I say old, I mean older than, like, 70. If you know someone that's 70 or older and that can operate a smartphone, like, they are the shit. Like,
yeah.
They came from a time where TVs were fucking black and white and had a knob, and now they have every piece of information you could ever want in their fucking pockets.
And they know how to navigate it. If you meet an old person that knows how to screenshot, that's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, you're in for it. You got it.
And they're old enough.
Give some more credit to old people.
Yeah, come
on.
Don't
be like Orville. Okay?
Yeah, Orville was a piece of shit. All right, so Leslie Irvin. All right, this is the next person. He looks rather dashing, rather handsome, maybe in the 20s. No, it's the 50s. All right, well, he killed 6 during a crime spree.
That's not dashing at all. That's fucking terrible.
Dashing away from the crime scene. So from December of 1954 to March of 1955, Leslie Irvin went on a crime spree, committing several robberies and burglaries, and taking the lives of at least 6 people in the process. So he was a little bit of a robber there.
Just a little bit of a robber.
Just a tad bit, robbing people of their lives. When Irvin was finally apprehended in April of 1955, he stood trial in Indiana and was convicted and sentenced to death for his crimes. However, in 1961, Irvin, who had been given the nickname Mad Dog,
Mad Dog,
by the media, he successfully appealed his conviction, with the Supreme Court finding that the constant pre-trial publicity of his case received made it nearly impossible for him to get an impartial jury in the county where he was tried. Irvin stood trial again in the following years, and he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. On November 9th of 1983, at the 59-year-old convicted murder, he died of lung cancer in the Indiana State Prison.
Nice. I mean, not objectively nice or good, but good.
Another example of journalism fucking shit up.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to write everything about this guy. We're going to give him a nickname. Everyone's going to know who he is. Oh, he hasn't been convicted yet? It's like, no, he hasn't.
This guy's
Mad
fucking
Dog.
Mad Dog Fart Man.
You think Mad Dog 2020 is named after this guy? That horrifyingly disgusting malt liquor drink?
Have you ever had Mad Dog?
Yeah,
before
dude.
we get into that?
It like crystallizes at the bottom and shit.
It's intense. It's intense. I'll tell you
It's
what.
extremely weird.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like nothing you've ever had before, but it'll make you forget.
It will. Navi
It'll make
said-
you forget everything.
Oh, he's coming back for round
Navi's
2.
back. He loves Mad Dog.
He is a mad dog. I don't know. I'm hold on. I'm thinking here. No, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
I don't think he created it or like.
I don't
got the
think he
name.
created it, but it could be like, oh, that's a cool name. I'm going to name my weird malt liquor after him.
That would be, yeah. I could see that. You know, get the fuck out
Navi.
of here. What are you looking at my hands for?
Your hands are where the other sweet oils are.
Oh, dude, I forgot. Like we went. We'll talk about that after. Let me finish. I'll get back to this. We'll finish up this list here.
All right.
This is one that no one actually knows the identity of. How about that?
Ooh. Oh, this is all the composites.
Yes. So in April and May of 1992, a serial killer was terrorizing people in multiple states. Indiana, Kansas, and Missouri.
Yeah.
What he would do is he would drive down the expressway, I-70, and he'd go to local stores and strip malls, and he would just shoot people that were working in the shops.
Fuck.
A lot of experts believe that the guy had actually started up here in the Midwest and went down to Texas because 3 women working in stores were shot in Texas in 93 and 94, and one of the victims actually survived. So only 2 were killed. One of them was just shot.
Yeah.
So the I-70 killer was never identified, but at the time of the murders, they released a sketch of who they believed the suspect is. Witness described the killer as a white male in his late 20s or early 30s, and he was using a .22 caliber weapon to murder his victims. And no one ever found him.
Jesus Christ. This guy's got a long nose.
Long-nosed, .22 having serial killing man.
Like, this takes up like 60% of his fucking face length.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
Wow. He kind of looks like David Bowie in the one, like, right off to the right.
Let me see.
A little bit. Look at this composite.
Pulling it up.
I think it might just be the implied rouge of the cheeks there, but
You said the one on the right, eh?
on the far right, there's like 4 of them on the one on the far right.
Oh, yeah, that's Ziggy.
That's fucking Ziggy.
That's Ziggy.
No, you don't think so, Novs?
No, he says no. He doesn't think so.
All right.
Come here. Come here, puppy.
Hey.
What are you looking at?
Hey.
You're looking at the bathroom. Come lick my
Come here.
hands. What was I going to... Oh, about my hands.
The sweet oils.
So that was the killing. That was the 10 serial killers from Indiana.
Yeah, just a little taste of where we come from.
Yeah, but we're not done yet. We're gonna give you a quick little bonus because this is where this story is gonna take us, and I'm sure we'll talk about it for a moment.
What's gonna happen?
So I forgot. We went to the movies yesterday,
Oh yeah.
and I'd ordered a popcorn because I haven't been there in so long that I was like, I'm gonna get popcorn. I'm gonna have
No,
some
you're
popcorn.
right. I ordered 2 beers.
And so I was eating popcorn, and I didn't like I wiped my hands, you know, like on like a towel, but I didn't not a towel, but you know what I mean, like a napkin.
A towelette.
But what they were doing, or what I didn't do, I didn't like wipe it with water, you know, when I came home. And Navi was going to town on my hands.
Yeah, dude, you literally instructed me to put so much butter on there that I was disgusted. Like, do it, like, put the butter flavor on there until you feel sick.
Yeah,
And
pretty
I
much.
obliged, so Navi got to reap that benefit.
But yeah, so
he's chewing on a green pig right now.
He was loving my hands yesterday. He was loving the popcorn in every facet of its being, but it was okay. But yeah, we saw that movie, The Black Phone.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like there was the proper amount of hype for it, I think, because like there weren't too many commercials on like TV or anything. It was usually just like a YouTube ad or something like here and there. There wasn't too much hype behind it, and I feel like it perfectly reflects that.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I would have to agree. What it is without spoiling anything, it's like
I was gonna say
it's a semi, like, it's a weird, like, true crime mixed in with some possible supernatural hallucinationness, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say it was more of like a thriller than a horror thing with like a few horror elements like thrown in there every now and again.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
it was good. It really, I didn't know what to expect going in. And I have to say I was very surprised, like pleasantly in a positive way.
No, yeah, it was great. I'm pretty sure the guy who played the dad in that movie was, or if he wasn't, he definitely needs to be cast as fucking Charles Manson because he looks exactly like Charles Manson.
Yeah, no, he did. It was fun. I'm not gonna spoil anything. They really did a good job of like making you hate the dad, like initially, and then without him being like a character that has more than probably 50 words in the whole movie, they did a really good job of like characterizing him.
Yeah.
And like making him not a bad guy at all.
You come around to him in probably less than a paragraph of lines for this guy.
Yeah, and that part really was cool to me because it was like, it was more so about like the kids, the dad's children, the son and the daughter.
Yeah.
But like obviously they were characterized because they were the main people in the movie. But everybody, they really handled, I think, the characters well.
Yeah, dude. Who was that? He played the brother of someone. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah,
but
he was good.
Yeah, he was the fucking mama's boy in the new It Part 2, right?
Oh yeah,
right?
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's rocking a stash in this movie.
He did. I thought he looked familiar.
Right, dude. He's appearing in more shit. I like that guy.
That's interesting. Oh my god!
But no, I thought it was a great movie. It was pretty good.
No, I
Pretty
definitely
good. I'd watch it
recommend
again. It was good enough for us to not want to give spoilers, you know?
Yeah,
And that says a lot for us.
I'd agree. When we spoil movies, it's typically because it's like,
We're like, let me tell you how shitty this is.
yeah, it's not worth it, and it's like we could just give it to you, you know.
Yeah.
But it's this one was. I would definitely say it was worth it. That new barometer scale of like, is it worth seeing in the theaters? I liked it. I'm glad I saw it. I mean, it's not a movie you have to see in theaters. Though,
No,
I'll
of
tell you
course
that.
not. Well, I mean, it was your first time back in the theaters since for 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, I looked over at you a couple of times when it was like particularly loud, and I just saw your eyes widen. I was like, yeah, it's louder than you remember. It's so fucking loud.
It is. It's like it just throws you off, and I'm proud to admit, I don't get bothered by jump scares. Like they do their intended job. They make you jump, you know.
No, of course, yeah.
And there's a couple like really good ones that they're not even scares. They're just like jumps, I guess. You know.
There's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I handled it very well. I like didn't react to the point of like my body reacted. It was more just like whoa, like
yeah. No
like
popcorn was spilled. Yeah.
Yeah, like the eyes would get big. Your head would be like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh, okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
But all in all, it definitely was a good movie. I really don't want to say anything else about it because I think it's worth the view.
No, definitely.
It was fun. It didn't need a lot. There's no like lore on it to me. I guess that's a bad word, but you know what I mean. Like there's like overarching like story you need to be aware of.
I don't think it's like a bad word. It's just like this is an initial idea that could have lore maybe later.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean?
I think so, and it definitely it's fun, and it for what it is. When you see it, you might be confused, but like when I tell you this, it's incredibly realistic.
Very much so, yeah.
That's why I thought it was cool because it was super realistic. It wasn't like one of those like crazy like demon like this guy's a fucking Jason. It was just like no.
It's like no, it was pretty cool because it seemed like a real like villain. Like it seemed like a real criminal, like something that could actually be discovered, and you're just like, oh shit, that's a crazy story.
Yeah, pretty
much.
I
mean? It's like a true crime thing that we would cover.
It was definitely a wild ride, and I recommend everybody go see it.
I loved it, dude. And those previews, I am very stoked to see Nope.
Yeah, I'm
stoked to see Nope, very much so.
I'm definitely. I want to see it. I wouldn't even say I'm hyped about it. I really don't have an opinion, but I still want to see it.
Yeah.
It seems weird. Like
It
was
just
very,
looks like Skinwalker Ranch with fucking what's his name? Jordan Peele.
yeah.
Yeah, with his like little sprinkling of sense of humor.
Yeah, so I do think it'll be a good movie. I really am excited for that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. It's a good time for movies. There seems like there's
It is.
the right amount of cheese, you know?
Right amount of cheese, more horrors coming out. The What Makes You Smile movie looks pretty good. You know, it kind of looks like a It Follows type of thing.
Yeah, so
little bit.
it's going to be good. It's going to be a good ride here. But I mean, I think other than that might be our episode.
That might be our episode. Is a little bit of a short one, but you know what?
It's a quick bite for the holiday weekend. Everybody's got shit going on. You don't have time to sit here and listen to this show.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
got
like,
holiday plans.
yeah, we talked about murders in fucking Indiana. You know what's legal in Indiana? A shit ton of fireworks. So go ahead and blow some of those off. We're probably gonna do it, right? You gonna blow some stuff up this week?
Probably not. No,
You gonna watch stuff blow up?
I hope so.
There we go. All right, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be what'll happen.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, I love you guys, and we will be back.
No, I also love you guys, and we're recording this earlier. Again, Mitch is not here for his bananas duty, so maybe Navi will speak English
Yeah, maybe.
and say it. But for now, you can follow us on all the shit because we are starting a cult. That's great. I'm Jake. I don't think I said that at the beginning.
No.
Oh my god, I fucking failed. All right, but anyway, we are starting a cult. That is Grant, and I am Jake, and Navi was here. He's not wearing any clothes. He looks like an animal. And what else? You can follow us on all the shit, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we're on YouTube. You can like and subscribe there. All the episodes go up there automatically. And then we're also on TikTok, Wasac_pod. Pretty cool. And email, startacult@gmail.com. You can send us stuff. Send us reactions, maybe just a GIF, maybe suggestions. I don't know. Anything you want to send us, send it to startacult@gmail.com. And there's a link below for the Patreon. We just recorded a Patreon episode last night.
Yes, we did.
And we posted it.
Oh, we
so
did.
you can get extra content bi-monthly.
Oh, you can. I think that was our 46th Patreon episode.
It was pretty good. There's a lot of extra shit up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Navi is almost always there. So, yeah, we are starting to call this great. I'm Jake. That was Navi.
That was bananas. Oh, bananas again.
Can't
Keep
reach
bananaing.
the fucking mouse. All right, bananas.